Hey folks, Sean here. And in this episode, what I want to talk to you about is how to get your landing page for your B2B SaaS correct. And when I say correct, I mean the most effective. As in, when people are landing on that page, they need to know what your product is and what it does. That sounds pretty straightforward, but you'd be surprised, and myself included, I'm also in this category, how many landing pages for B2B SaaS applications do not do a very good job of describing what the tool even is, or what it does, or who it's for, which is all really important criteria. So, what I want you to do is if you don't already have a landing page or you're in the process of building one for your SaaS application, I want you to evaluate it from the perspective of, as much as you can, put yourself in the mindset of a prospect, someone hitting your page, not knowing anything about what it is that you've been working on. Try to put yourself in their shoes and then hit your page and see whether or not you can figure it out. If you can't, then you have room for improvement and don't feel bad. Everyone does. I just went through and tore apart almost all of my landing pages. So I've been doing this for years, but all of them needed work. And it's good to step back, not obsess over your websites and landing pages and all this kind of stuff for a little while, because then you can come back and you can reevaluate it. And more than likely, some things have changed, as in you're probably going deeper in your target market, or you've added features, positioning has changed, maybe your tiers have been updated, whatever it is. But here are a couple simple guidelines to follow to make sure that you don't get carried away here. Because another thing I see in terms of mistakes on landing pages is trying to do too much, trying to explain too much, trying to go into too much detail. Most people are just looking for that successful outcome, which matters most to them. And it's your job and the objective of your B2B SaaS to enable that for them. So that's what I would lead with, as in anything above the fold that can speak to the successful outcome that your prospect or your customer is looking for, that should be front and center. First thing that hits them. But you also have to help them understand how you're going to help them do that. And that's part of what the rest of the page is for. So as you describe above the fold what the objective here is, which is what should matter to them, then you're going to get into how you do it and those elements that are important for what's related to how your B2B SaaS application enables those successful outcomes for them. So other elements you're going to want on there are any of the pain or the emotional elements that they're going through, which is preventing them from achieving that successful outcome. Because that's more than likely part or the entire problem that your B2B SaaS application helps them with solving. It removes that obstacle and it enables the successful outcome. So you're going to want to speak to that because that is a powerful, motivating element, encouraging your user or prospect to convert into a paying customer and to incorporate your product into their routine because it's going to enable those successful outcomes for them. So it's not just a page to advertise. It's a page to speak to, again, the outcome that's most important to your prospect, the pain and anything that's standing in the way of them being successful, and then ultimately demonstrating how your product is going to help them with getting that obstacle out of the way and achieving that successful outcome. But don't overthink it. Keep what you are positioning on that page centered around these concepts. And you should have one that is in a position to adequately explain how you're going to help them, what you're going to help them with, and who you are helping.